Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Jimmy Talks. Today, we're going to be digging into something useful for anyone keeping an eye on their wallet but still needing a solid car. The best reliable and rugged rides you can score for under 10 grand, even in this horrible used car market. There are still deals to be found out there. You just got to know what you're looking for. If you're the type who doesn't want to sink all your cash into a vehicle, yet you need something that can handle tough roads, carry a load, or just keep running without costing you a fortune, this is for you. We're not throwing out random cheap cars here. These are picks that won't leave you stranded or stuck with insane repair bills. Of course, you have to take care of your car, but fluid changes, stuff like that. So sit back, let's walk through what's out here. It's March 5th now. Damn, this year's going by fast. March 2025. What's worth it, why it works, and how to keep your money safe long term. So, first, let's get a feel for the scene. The used car market in 2025, it's utter dog poo poo. I'm not going to lie to you. Prices are down a bit from like a crazy highs a couple years ago, but they're still not rock bottom yet. Gas is averaging around $3 a gallon for most spots in America, so mileage is a factor, but you also want a car that can take a beating, like rough streets or heavy stuff in the back, maybe some light trails if you're into that kind of thing. 10 grand's not going to buy you anything fresh off the lot, of course, but it's enough for a tough, dependable used ride if you play it smart. I've been checking out listings, forums, cars.com, Carfax, Edmunds, Car Guru, and I've lined up the best options for reliability and ruggedness that fit the budget. So, kicking it off, we're going to start with the Toyota Tacoma. Typically around 2005 to 2012 models. Anything newer is probably going to be more money. This truck's a top choice for anyone who wants durability without breaking the bank. Parts are plentiful for these. Any shop can work on them. You can find second-gen tacos with under 150,000 miles for maybe 8 to 10 grand. If it's got a little bit more than that and it's more than 10 grand, I wouldn't personally buy it. Depends on your area, of course. But why is a Tacoma good? It's because Toyota builds these to last. Consumer Reports still gives them a high marks for reliability even after years of use. The four-cylinder gets about 20 miles per gallon in the city and 25 on the highway. Or you can go for a V6 for more power, but you're going to get less gas. If that matters to you. If it doesn't, then whatever. It's rugged. It's good ground clearance, strong frame. But definitely with these older cars, you're going to definitely want to check the frames. Make sure there's no rust on them, especially if it's from a state like New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, something like that. The bed's perfect for hauling work gear, camping stuff, or whatever. You can even put a cover on it if you don't want to have your trunk open. Maintenance is pretty low, but it holds value better than most cars. So watch for rust, like I just said, if it's from a snowy region. That's going to be the big thing that'll kill you with these bad frames after, because these are older cars. If you're getting the 2005 Tacoma, that's a 20-year-old car. So you're going to have to naturally watch out for stuff like that. For someone watching their money, though, this is a smart move. You're going to be paying the Toyota tax, so same thing with a Corolla or a Camry. So this is why I like these other picks. And next up, we're going to have the Honda CRV. It's a 2007. Typically 2007 to 2011s is what you'll want to go for around this $7,000 to $10,000. This SUV is a great pickup if you want something rugged but practical. So again, you're looking at around 10K for 120 to 150,000 miles, but don't fret. It's a Honda. It should last a while. Check the Carfax on the listing. If you see consistent oil changes every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, something like that, chances are the guy took care of the car. And it'll go a lot further than 150, 200,000. These things can clock 400 easy if they're taken care of. Honda's got a reputation for cars that keep going, so JD Power still rates these high for lasting with basic care. Most of these have all-wheel drive, so it's good for snow or the mud, or if you like to take it off-roading. You're going to get around the same for the Tacoma in gas mileage. 22 miles a gallon, 28 on the highway. Not bad for something that can fit your friends or handle a big shopping trip. Cargo space is solid. You can fold the seats down. You've got 70 cubic feet now. It's not for serious off-roading, but you can take it on a trail if you're going slow. It's tough enough for daily life. Parts are cheap. Repair is pretty straightforward. You can bring this into any shop and they'll be able to work on it. Perfect for keeping costs down. This one wins on staying on a budget while still getting around. I'm a big fan of Honda CRVs, but next one, I really love these ones. Ford Rangers. You're going to look at the 2006 to 2011 models. This truck's a budget-friendly option. I typically see these cheaper and with less miles than the Toyota or the Honda tax. So around 10 grand, you should be getting less than 130,000 miles. It's pretty good. Ford kept it simple. You got a reliable 4-cylinder, gets you 22 miles a gallon in the city, 27 on the highway, or you can get one with a V6. It's rugged. It's got a big, strong frame, but again, with these older cars, you always are going to want to check the frame or any spots where it's rusting. And if it's rusted too much, you're going to have to take some welding and fix that, or you may, if it's just a little bit of spots, you can get some of that rust spray, whatever that shit's called. It's a steel frame, decent payload. It'll tow 5,000 pounds. You can also put a bed whatever that cover is on the trunk and cover that. So Consumer Reports praises these for durability. They just don't quit. Bed's great for do-it-yourself projects. You got a side hustle. You need to carry a carpet cleaner around or something like that. It's a good side hustle, by the way. It's cleaning people's carpets. Moving stuff around. You can move stuff for people. You can pick up their junk with them. That's why I really like trucks for side hustles. You can do it for trash removal. This is seriously one of my favorite and low effort things. It's not full of fancy tech either, but that's less stuff to break. So that's a plus in my opinion. For someone who's money minded, it's a great deal. Low repair costs, solid mileage, built for real work. I'm a shill for the Ford Ranger. Next, this is my favorite. This is something I've been wanting to buy for a little bit. I just got to find a good one for the right price. Nissan Xterras, yes, Nissans. What makes these different from Sentras, Versas, and Altimas is that these actually have transmissions that work. They don't just break down like those ones do. It helps because it's a rear-wheel drive, and that will make the suspension tougher. I don't know all the mechanics behind it, but that's why the transmission works well. You can look it up for yourself. This SUV is very rugged. Anywhere 10 grand, you're looking at anywhere from 120 to 150,000, but these can last up to 300,000 miles, probably more than that. Nissan weren't lean into the off-road vibe with this one. It's got high clearance. There's also rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive options. 4.0 liter, 4-liter V6 gets about 60 miles in the city and 20 miles on the highway for gas. It's not great, but you're buying a tough, rugged, reliable vehicle here. If you live out in the country, this would be a great choice for you. It's got 36 cubic feet of cargo with the seats up and 65 with it down. So it's plenty of room for moving stuff around, groceries, get your big-ass dog in the back. I don't know. Reliability's good. These things are great. They're not as rock solid as a Toyota, but I'm a big shill for these as well. They're undervalued trucks. They're great for trails and stuff like that. Next, we got another Nissan up. Nissan Frontiers, 2005 to 2012. If you want a truck and you don't want to pay the Tacoma tax or the 4Runner tax, these are great choices. These are undervalued trucks. I'm telling you, these Nissan Xterras and Frontiers are great. You get one for around 10,000. You're looking at maybe around 140,000 miles on the odometer. It's a Tacoma competitor, so 4-cylinder gets 19 miles a gallon in the city, 23 on the highway. It's also got a V6. You can tow up to 6,500 pounds on there if you got a solid side hustle you're doing. It's rugged, just like a Tacoma. These things are really tough. Seriously, they're great. You're going to watch out for transmission wear on the early models, though. Get it checked, but it's a money saver otherwise. Low insurance, decent resale. I think this is a great one to get. And last, we have another one that I really like. Panther platform cars. These are made by Ford. So think of like Ford Crown Victorias, Lincoln Towncars, Buick LeSabres, Mercury Grand Marquis, the grandpa cars that people think are ugly. I love them personally. We're going to be looking for 2003 to 2011 models. They're full-size sedans and they're built like tanks. I mean, Ford Crown Vics, man, these were cop cars and taxis forever. So Ford's platform's a beast. It's body on frame, rear-wheel drive, 4.6 liter V8 that gets 17 miles a gallon in the city and 25 on the highway. It's kind of a gas hog, but these things will run forever. The reliability is unreal. These things can routinely hit 200,000 miles with basic care. They're rugged. They're designed, like I said, they're designed for cop cars and taxis. They can take punishment. There's plenty of parts for these because they're made domestically. Crown Vics are roomier up front. Town cars, they'll go for comfort with plush seats. Both have trunks you could sleep in. They're huge. Parts are cheap. Repairs are easy. You can take it to any shop you want. But the downside, they're not the best on gas, and they're not off-roaders like every other option I just mentioned. For the money-minded, they're a steal. They're bulletproof, low upkeep, and great if you need space over flash. So why would I choose these cars over the other options? Reliability and ruggedness keep your costs low. A car that's always braking, like towing, repairs, missed days at work. That's a disaster. You know, I've dealt with that before. Had a 2014 Chevy Cruze. I'll never buy another Chevy sedan ever again. So these picks, the Tacoma, CRV, Ranger, Xterra, Frontier, Crown Vic, Towncar, they're proven, they're real good. And, you know, the Ranger, Xterra, Frontier, and the Panther platform, you're not paying this ridiculous Toyota tax. So Toyota and Honda, they lead for longevity over these cars, but Ford and Nissan, they still hold strong. They're rugged. They're built for more than just the street. You're not stuck with some weak sedan that folds at the first challenge. Insurance is decent on these. Mileage is decent for the most part. And all these cars have parts that are very plentiful, and any shop can work on them, which is a financially smart move. It's a hidden cost that people don't think about when they're going to get a car. So what's the vibe in 2025? Right now, used car prices are dropping. It's good news for us. Tacomas are still popular, so you might need to bargain. CRVs, Rangers, and Ford platform cars are all over. They're easy to find. Nissans like Xterra and Frontiers, you might be able to find them more in a rural spot. They're also stopped being made in 2015, so it can be a little bit difficult to find, especially for parts. Gas is steady, but electric vehicles are gaining. So used electrics are still hitting $15,000 for used, but the resale value on electric vehicles is horrible. Still, $10,000, these gas rides are cheaper up front, no charger required, supply is solid, lots are stocked, lots of private sellers are ready to sell these. So looking ahead, what's the strategy? Gas could rise, global tensions are always a wild card. These picks adapt, though. Like Tacomas and Frontiers hauling gear for work or emergencies. CRVs work for gig jobs like deliveries and rideshare. Xterras tackle rough roads. Panthers are your long-haul cruisers, like road trips or moving. They're versatile, so you're set for what's next. 2030, electric vehicles may be a lot more popular, but these cars are still going to be running. They're still going to be on the road. Parts will still be there, and gas isn't just going to go away for these kinds of cars. So how do you buy right? 3 steps. 1, you're going to check the history, the Carfax and the VIN, whatever. Skip anything with accidents. Crash cars hide problems that'll cost you later. Aim for one owner if you can. They're usually better cared for and less beat up. And 2, test it hard, drive it rough, listen for issues, check the brakes, check the frame as well, check for broken knobs, little silly stuff like that. And then 3, budget for upkeep. So like $500 a year, I bet you $500 can keep all these cars going for easily over a year. Don't skip a mechanic though. $100 pre-purchase inspection will beat your $2,000 later. And haggle too. Dealers expect it. Watch my video on how to actually buy a car at a dealership. Private sellers tend to cave with cash. Hit Auto Trader, Marketplace, Cars.com, Carfax. Filter by miles and price and then jump on it. Wrapping it up, if you've got $10,000, you need a reliable and rugged car, here's the lineup. Tacoma for truck life, CRV for SUV practicality, Ranger for budget toughness, plus it's easier in a city. If you live in one, you can still have a truck that way. Xterra is more of an off-road car, can haul a lot of stuff. Frontier for solid value. Crown Vic or Towncar for tank-like dependability. They're not fancy, but they work, and they keep your money intact. So what's your top pick? Drop it in the comments, hit like if this helped, and subscribe for more real talk tips. See you next time. Stay sharp out there.